Hey! And we're playing against Mr. Chaos 666. Let's see what you got, Mr. Chaos. Yeah, we getting in there. No. 6 lands is not going to do at all. Man. 5 lands in a Tormented Soul. Not much better. My opponent's running 46 cards. Oh, come on, man. You gotta run the 40. Mr. Chaos. He's probably gonna beat me, but... Alright, we drew a useless murder. But I'm sure we'll get the second swamp anyway. Second swamp eventually. And it doesn't really matter if we cast it on turn 2 or turn 3. It's really... Well, you can't cast it on turn 3. It doesn't matter if you cast it on 3 or 4. If you cast it on turn 8, then Murder is still one of the most high impact cards that you can possibly get. So, my opponent's going to lead off with a couple of swamps. So that either means one of 3 things. They have a double black spell, they don't have their other color, or they're just playing mono black, and then they don't have their other color because they don't have another color. But, looks like he's got nothing for me. Sangir Vampire will be sweet if I can ever cast him. Get in there. Nope, you attack. That I just figured it out, if in case you were wondering. I don't remember if I said it in a video, but I was so curious as to find out what the attack with all button was, because you can just click it here and everybody just ships in. But for playing on the computer, I didn't know what it was, and it turns out it's just spacebar. So you can just tap that nice little spacebar and get in there. Alright, so he's going to be playing a Black Knight, which is a little bit unfortunate because it's going to be largely unblockable to my white creatures, but and it's going to deal with the Dawnstrike Paladin pretty well. But most of my creatures fly, so or like the Tormented Soul have unblockable. There are some that don't, but I think the large majority do. Alright, so he hit his 4th land drop on time. Unfortunately, I might get a little bit in trouble because I really want to be playing the Sangir Vampire over the Dawnstrike Paladin on turn 5. It doesn't look like I'll be able to do that. So he's going to drop a Tormented Soul here and just punch me in the face for 2 with his Knight. I guess a Knight probably wouldn't punch. It would probably do more something like slash or stab or prod, depending on how angry they are. Maybe trample. Could trample on in there for 2, but it doesn't have trample, so that's just misleading. Alright, hopefully I draw Swamp here. Or an Angelic Destiny. Or, no, Diabolic Tutor! You're so close to being the best thing that I can draw. Mark of the Vampire probably would have been the best draw there. But now we could be in trouble, because I definitely can do nothing with the Dawnstrike Paladin. He can just hold back his Giant Scorpion, and his Giant Scorpion doesn't block, it doesn't trade with my guy. It just completely eats it. It's like, Dawnstrike Paladin. Yeah, I'll have some Dawnstrike Paladin for breakfast. That'll be nice and delicious. So, this game is not going well. I ended up keeping 5-lander. See, this is how bad this game is going. I ended up keeping a 5-lander, and yet it's still not enough. It's still not the right type of land. So not only do I not have any spells to play, but I just have a lot of land in hand. But I haven't been drawing too much land. I've been drawing all the double black spells. So he's going to get a Moolinvuli Beast Tracker up. I guess my Dawnstrike Paladin can deal with that guy. But he's still able to hit me for 3 unblockable for the near future every turn. So hopefully he doesn't have anything too impressive to pick up. The Silklash Spider is pretty impressive, especially against my deck. But I do have Murders. Okay, so seriously, you piece of shit card. Oh my god. I'm not angry. I'm just angry because the 2-drop is like the only 2-drop in the deck. Like one of the only 2-drops in the deck. And I draw it turn 5. I haven't played anything since turn 1, and turn 5 is the turn that I play it. Maybe I need more black mana in this deck, because I do have a lot of double black cards now that I think about it. This is looking terrible, by the way. Like, even if I do draw a swamp, I have to use the murder on the Silklash Spider. I guess not. I don't really need to kill the Silklash Spider until I want to play the Sangir Vampire. Alright, so yeah. Okay. I wouldn't have brought the Scorpion, depending on what, I guess, yeah, he's gonna have the Spider. So if I draw a swamp, then I can probably kill the Beast Tracker as well as the Spider. But I might just want to murder the... No, I do have to kill the Spider. Just because it can deal with the Sangir Vampire so easily. Give me a swamp, please. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Alright, so here's what I was saying, is I can just attack with both things. Then he's going to make the obvious double block here, and then I'll just be able to murder his dude. I don't know why he wouldn't double block. It doesn't really matter. And then I get to kill the Spider, which was my goal in the first place, and I get to also kill the Beast Tracker, which is nice. Get some extra value out of it. And this should work out pretty well, as long as my opponent... Let's see, we're only going to hit 7 lands. Okay, I really wanted to hit 8 lands next turn, because then I could have played Diabolic Tutor into Angelic Destiny, get that on my Dawnstrike Paladin, and start flying in there for 4/6 flying, Vigilance, Lifelink. That would be nice. But, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to take this 3. And I think that play is still better. Just playing Diabolic Tutor and tutoring for something is still better than just playing Sangir Vampire out. Just because I'm so far away from killing him. Even with Sangir Vampire, it's still 3 turns away. And I'd rather just gain the life here. So he's just going to play a Rampant Growth here, which surprises me. If I draw the land, then I'm definitely going to play Sangir Vampire next turn. He's going to Sign in Blood again. So he's been Sign in Blooding all game. He's getting a lot of cards, but it's only his second one. But he did inflict 4 damage to himself. That's not great, but give me the land. Alright, so we are definitely going to play out Sangir Vampire here. Just because I will for sure have 8 lands next turn, so I know that I'm going to be able to play Diabolic Tutor and go find Angelic Destiny. Then I can gain my 6th life and I'll be out of harm's way as long as he doesn't have a removal spell. But if he does have a removal spell, I expect him to want to use it on the Sangir Vampire, so be okay either way. Unless he holds till my turn to play the removal spell. Alright, he's just going to attack with those 2. I kind of want to just trade off my Vampire for the Scorpion, but there's no way that can be the right play. Really curious as to why he did that. He might have, like, now I also have to worry about public execution, especially since he's thinking so hard right now. I don't know if he's got something to play or not. This is a tough one. Just because if he does play public execution in response, then I'm in really bad shape. Okay, so that just screws my plan up completely. Do a hippie. Well, not completely. I'm still going to do it because I need to gain that life. And I could just go get Day of Judgment now that I think about it. But he's got some more cards than me in hand, so that wouldn't be a good idea. Where are you, Angelic Destiny? Last card. And I could just put it on my... I just need the lifelink. I guess I could have gotten Mark of the Vampire and tossed that on my Tormented Soul just to gain me back some life, and he wouldn't just be able to kill it right away. But the reason why I'm not upset about him playing the Deadly Recluse is because Angelic Destiny will go back to my hand, and I'll just be able to replay it next turn on my Sentinel Sliver, and hopefully kill him. I don't really know why he's thinking so hard. There's no real decision here. If you've got a removal spell, you just kill the 6/8 and throw the little spider at Sengir Vampire. Otherwise, you just do exactly what he did, which is block Dawnstrike Paladin with the Deadly Recluse. Alright. And gain some life. And this is one reason why I don't mind Diabolic Tutor in a deck like this, just because there's so many things that I want to tutor for. Oh, this thing has First Strike. Thank you. Who did not see that one coming? Now I know why his decision was more difficult, and he definitely made the wrong one. He should have tossed his spider in front of Sengir Vampire. That way, in case he draws a land, he can actually, or a removal spell, then he can actually contend. Flying First Strike. You guys must have thought I was an idiot for a good 5 minutes. But he's got to play something pretty convincingly powerful here. Otherwise, I'm just going to be able to run away with the rest of this game. Alright, so he's attacking with the Scorpion, which means that since this thing has First Strike, I can just throw it in front. And I don't think that there's anything in those colors to give First Strike. So that was just a pretty bad mistake on his part. I guess he's just kind of giving up the game. Alright, we drew Angelic Arbiter, but let's just get in there with the team. And that should be it. Phew, that was... Oh, he's got a Fog. Alright, so we are not exactly where we want to be, but I can drop this Arbiter. Even if he's got something like Mutilate, I don't even know if that's in the format, but that's not going to be enough because this thing will survive since it's a 6/8. And now he can either only attack or play a spell. Alright, so he can't even attack now. I guess he can play a spell on my turn. He can get away with that, maybe. But he's still dead. Very, very dead. And I'm completely out of harm's range right now. So, I really don't have much to worry about. Other than some ridiculous spell that's probably not even in the format. He's got another Fog. See, this is why he's losing the game so much. Because he gained all that card advantage over the off of the Sign in Bloods, and instead of playing good cards that would either add pressure to the board or start stabilizing him, he's just playing something like Fog, which in this situation, all it does is delay the inevitable. There's no way that he's going to be able to come back and win this game. So he was just sitting there with these two cards in hand, being wasted the entire game. I don't know. It's really hard to convince people that Fog is not a good card. They never like listening, and I understand, but it's really bad and limited. I mean, there are situations for it to be good and constructed, especially, but when you're playing in limited, it's really not a good card. Anyway, let's just charge on in there. Sorry, Mr. Chaos 666. Today is just not your day. You've been angeled. I don't know. That should definitely not be a thing, but will probably be the name of this video. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Bye.